What I can tell you, the more I read, the more disgusted I'm getting. The amount of damage to marine life, the amount of damage to shorelines. We don't have an idea as to how deep that rabbit hole goes yet. What I know is Minister for the Journey, Travel, and Transport has met with the Minister for Health and Fire Therapy. We had to look at a couple of things. The Minister for the Interior and the Minister for Health and Fire Therapy on the coming Freedom Day are going to do a broadcast on our Blog Talk Network channel that we interact with for the purpose of breaking down where things are, breaking down the appropriate responses to maintain your health and to secure your family as a result. I don't know what the other houses are doing. We have had staff looking at what the other houses are doing, and from what we can tell, the response, the silence is deafening. The Moors are going to step up in general. We all have to step up and make our presence felt on this particular matter. As I said before, water, any threat to water has to be viewed as a threat upon all life on this planet. Period. And the way things stand right now, with the oil that's in the water and the chemical dispersants that's in the water that gets evaporated and becomes rain, you're looking at acid rain on steroids. So my biggest concern right now, information has to be gotten out to our kith and kindred. Whether they're comatose or not, the information, once it rings in their ear, has got to move them to do something, to snap out of the funk that they're in. This is serious. This is not no situation where you're going to spill a few million barrels of oil and the consequences are going to be slight and only going to last for a minuscule time frame. It's not like that at all. This is going to have enduring consequences with the current technology that's available on this planet. And we got to figure something out quick, because our babies are the ones that's very susceptible. The elderly amongst our ranks, they too are also very vulnerable to the effects. You know, you're talking about respiratory issues, you're talking about kidney issues, you're talking about liver issues and central nervous system issues based upon the chemical dispersants that they're using currently. Those who have the superior force of arms who are running this whole thing, they are effectively poisoning the water just as badly as the oil is. And we, as a collection of souls on this planet, we as Moors, no matter what house of Moors you are rolling from, we have to step up and say, enough. Can't do this now. We cannot watch the other houses of Moors or any of our folks who have been on the sidelines, who have just watched and observed and said nothing. You have to speak out. You have to act. Not hostile, but you have to act in the manner where you say, look, this is beyond the pale. Enough is enough. We're going to have to do whatever is within our legitimate means to do to shut down this type of madness and come with innovative ways to deal with this oil condition, because this is a huge public safety issue. This is a huge threat to the food chain. It's a huge threat, period, that is easily avoidable. And I'm telling you, I'm heavily disgusted. And when the Minister for the Interior and the Health Minister take to the microphone with our upcoming blog talk segment on this very issue, we're doing this for the purpose of making sure that the Moors know that there's a competent voice of, by, and for the Moors on top of this. And I'm talking about from a healthcare perspective, a diplomacy and governance perspective, because we're going to need to muster all that we're able to make sure we put this thing down appropriately and quickly. And that's no joke. That is no laughing matter. And I'm very, very disturbed by what I'm seeing. And again, if folks think this is something that's going to only last for a few days, a few Earth years or whatever, they're sadly mistaken.